What's going on, y'all? It's TCG here, back again, finally, with another video. I've been on quite a bit of a hiatus, but I will be back a little sooner, a little later. I have some more stuff to take care of, some more stuff to do, so I'll be posting this market watch, and we're going to be taking a look at these cards on 9/8. You'll see this on 9/9, and I'll probably be back another week or two after that with a whole bunch of new content I'll be making. But this weekend was pre-release weekend, and as you can see, I've got the Marco pulled up here because I was not only able to take down one pre-release, I was able to get two of these bad boys. One of my locals had one on Saturday that I went to, and everybody in top 6 got one, and I was like 4th place, so was able to get one there. And then I got one today, coming in first. So quite a nice weekend. Let me know down in the comments below if you were able to go to your pre-release, if you pulled anything nice, and if you were able to take it down and grab that Marco winner card. Also, if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. We will be doing a big giveaway at 3K subscribers, so I want to make you aware of that before we get there. Not sure what I have planned for that yet, but we'll see when we get a little bit closer, and maybe I'll pull something out of my personal collection for you. But anyway, yeah. Last video we did was a market watch, so right back into it. I know that's what you all want to see, and I'm ready to talk about a whole bunch of new 08 cards, and I have a whole bunch of stuff pulled up for Blue Doflamingo, because I know a lot of people are hype on that deck right now, and a little bit of stuff for Black Yellow Luffy as well, because that deck also has potential to be the best deck in the format for OP08. Let me know down below what you think will be the best deck and what deck you're going to be running, but first off, we have this Marco card to talk about. So, unfortunately, these winter cards are typically just really bad promos that are given to us that the East gets early just for like tournament access, or they're just giving them for whatever reason, and we get a common version of these for entering pre-releases, but there's also the foil stamped winner versions, and unfortunately they are usually just bad promo cards. This Marco would have been a lot better if it had like a 1K counter on it. That's at least what I'm hearing from a lot of people. Unfortunately it doesn't, so it's just not very good and probably won't see much play. But because it is a winner card, it is shiny and people do want it for a collection. It still has a price tag, only $11. I do see this going like half of this price. You know, we've looked at some of these before, and I'd say like almost all of them except for the first anniversary Luffy is pretty cheap. And that first anniversary Luffy, it was just special, you know, as Gear 5 Luffy. It has the big first anniversary stamp, and I believe we'll get something special like that again for the second anniversary in December. But without further ado, let's jump into this 08 stuff. So 08 is big right now, but not in terms of value. People are super hype on this set, and I believe that Bandai printed more of this set than any past set before. There is a lot of this product going around, and we can see that reflected in the prices on pre-sale. I've been keeping an eye on this stuff ever since these listings started going up, and I know I'm a little more on top of it. Like I said, had some stuff, been busy lately, so I haven't been able to make the content for it, but I have been keeping an eye on it, and these prices for pre-release they're nice. I dig it. I'm definitely down for it. This is the kind of stuff we want to see, you know. Let's go ahead and take a look at box prices. So these are on pre-sale, you know, these release Friday 9/13, and I mean, we can see pre-sale back in June, people were buying these for $200, and now you can buy one unopened for $108. That's like so close to MSRP. MSRP on a box is supposed to be $90 to $100, and this is like as close as we've been on pre-release for pricing since like the beginning of the game, and I just think that's amazing. Finally, give Bandai a little clap, a little pat on the back. Good job for printing more product. I know a lot of people are really excited about that, but like I said, this well, I guess I haven't said this yet, but I'm gonna say it. This set is a little bit of a dud. I'm gonna say that I don't think there's too many super crazy cards in this set. You know, there are good cards, don't get me wrong, but it is not a meta warping set. None of these leaders are impactful enough to stand a threat against some of these top tier decks. You know, I definitely think that Calgara has the legs to do so, being a quite budget rogue option. I think he's aggro enough to be able to stand up to certain decks and threats. But we look at leaders like Chopper and Carrot and King, and they just can't stand up. You know, King's a little slow. Chopper is unfortunately just not powerful enough, and Carrot is just also not powerful enough. The Minx cards aren't there yet. And then we have cards like Pudding, which Pudding I think has the potential, but I guess we'll just have to see. You know, I have been talking to some people, and some people are super hype on this leader, but others are in the same boat as me, where I think that it is, yes, good, but other times not. So, and then we have Marco, which is like kind of right in the middle. I think Marco is just kind of the oddball of this set. You know, I feel like he has quite a bit of potential, but he's just not there yet. I feel that his leader effect is conflicting with what the cards want to do, and I don't know. Let me know what you think about these leaders, but that's kind of how I feel about it. And with these leaders comes all the cards in this set that is respective support for them, and I just don't think it's that great. You know, I think some of these cards are really cool. The SPs in the set are definitely nice and chase worthy. You know, you got these sweet looking SPs. I've seen a bunch of them in person. They all look fantastic, and they're great reprints, don't get me wrong. One of them falls a little short though, that's Shigi. But the other ones, I mean, we have Rush Ace, we have Queen Blocker SP, which hasn't had a reprint. We have Charlotte Pudding Searcher, we have Bonnie Searcher, we have Moria, which is played heavily in Dofi. Like, there's quite a few good SPs in this set. And then the Treasure Rare Monkey D. Luffy, like, don't get me wrong, they're starting to print Egghead Luffy into the ground, and it just came out, but I don't think that's a bad thing. It's a great card. I see it being played for quite a while in a lot of different yellow decks, and why not give people the option to bling it out their own way? You know, you got the cereal, you got the regular alt, you got this version, and I believe there's also another promo version that Japan and the East received that we will probably receive at one point or another as well. But that's enough chitter chatter about the set. Those are my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. But that's one reason I also think this set is rather cheap, because I do think there's only a handful of standout cards in here. One of them being Rayleigh. I think Rayleigh is a good top end for red. There are other good top ends as well, but this is definitely a nice option. And then I think cards like Jack are really cool, really good. Purple Lin is really good. I do think the Kaido has potential. Black 9-drop Kaido, as well as the 3-cost Chopper is really good in the Animal Zoro deck that I've been seeing people testing out lately. I think Carrot's really good for green decks, but other than that, I don't like too many of these other cards. Nami's actually pretty good. Nami's pretty good for yellow. But some of them just feel a little power crept and outdated, like S-Snake. This card just seems like it's something that would be a lot better 2-3 formats ago. And it's still decent. Don't get me wrong. I definitely like it for a deck like Vegapunk, but I think that's about the only deck I like it for. Same with Bonnie. Like, I like that for Vegapunk, but that's probably about the only thing. And I'm also pissed, man. They didn't give my boy Dr. Hero Luke a Dawn in the double pack, which I really wanted to see. Instead, we get like a Rayleigh Dawn and a Whitebeard Dawn, I'm pretty sure, which confusing to me because we already got a Whitebeard Dawn for this set, which actually looks pretty good. Pretty happy with the Chest Beard Dawn. But yeah, what are my thoughts on the prices for this set? They're good. They're really good. Like, for pre-release prices, these are some of the cheapest prices we've seen ever. I mean, we're talking $16 secret rare. We're talking $10 secret rare. Alts at $10 to $20 for decent alts. And then supers anywhere from $10 and lower. Like, that's insane. I mean, two sets ago, we were looking at $40 super rares on pre-release, and now the highest one is, I believe, Black Maria at $10.50. If I'm not missing one on this other page. Yeah, no, it's Black Maria, and that's pretty dang cheap and pretty dang good. Granted, this is a very powerful card. I'm happy to see these prices so low, and I'm hoping that you're happy as well, because this is going to make the game a lot more accessible and available for a lot more people to start playing. Maybe your locals will grow in size. Maybe the larger events will grow in size because there will be an influx of players being able to get their hands on cards finally. This will be on your store shelves for a while. You know, my stores are still stocking 07 every other week, and they've got quite a bit of it. You know, that's another set that they did this to, and we'll take a look at that here on the next Market Watch. But it'll be good to look at that a set later, and we'll come back and take another look at this stuff as well. But yeah, I this is the first time I'm going to say it. Sorry for stuttering, but yeah, I don't think you have to wait to pre-order these cards. Like, people are already doing so. If you really, really want something, and some of these are this cheap, I don't think it's a bad idea to go ahead and get them. But do I think they'll be lower? Yes, of course, 100%. I don't think Black Maria will stay $10. I don't think Nami will stay $7. I don't think Jack will stay $6. I think they'll stay floating anywhere from $1 to $7. But some of these other ones, these like $3 ones, these are going to be dollar cards. These are going to be dollars or less. And I think a lot of these alts are going to tank too. A lot of them are just not there. Bonnie, I don't think that's a great alt. Kaido and Linlin, this, in my opinion, the regular secret rare artwork looks a lot better. Kaido, unfortunately, I do think will fall a little bit. Queen will fall a little bit because Black AKP is just not there yet. I don't think Ace will go too low, but Blue Gate definitely will. This card's just not the greatest. People maybe run one of this in Marco, and that's it. And then Wiper, I actually do see holding. Pedro, no, that's going down. Dr. Correa, if Zoro actually ends up doing something playing this card, this will go back up. But that's, I mean, quite a few alts right there that I think are going to go down quite a bit. S-Snake, I do think will go down as well. Jack, I believe will stay high. Pudding, Maria, I believe will stay high. And then Linlin, I'm not too sure on. I need to see this card played a little bit more. And the Nami always will stay high just because it's a Nami card. And then leaders, like, these are the cheapest leader prices we've seen in a long time. I mean, this is, I believe, the first time we're seeing leaders, all leaders, under $100 on pre-sale, which is crazy to me. But I do think this order is just about right. I think Chopper, King, Carrot, Calgara, Marco, Pudding, that's going to be the order of value for these leaders. And yeah, I think they're going to go down a little bit. I don't think they'll go down too hard. I see Chopper and King maybe being around $20. Carrot being might be 25, 30. Calgara staying around 30, 35. Marco being about 40, and Pudding staying anywhere from $50 to $80 just because of that waifu tax. But sealed product, like I said, is cheap. You can get a case of this for $100 a box, man. That's ridiculous. The manga's only $5.49. Granted, Rayleigh's just a nice side character. He's super cool, super strong character, but just not got the same oomph as a main story character getting a manga. But that's enough talking about 08. Let's go ahead and jump into some Dofi cards. Starting off with the Dofi leader. So if you haven't kept up with this card over the timeline, a year ago, this was $95 last September and just started going up and up. And this was right around the time that I moved mine too. I moved mine a little bit before this when 03 came out. And yeah, I mean, in January, topped out at 270, came back down to 230, topped out again at 290. And then now we're still at like 270. Your lowest verified is $300. And I think that's not only because Romance Dawn is still severely underprinted, but also because it's just a great leader. I think it has a lot of potential moving into this new set. And speaking of that, we got some cards to look at, one of which I saw the other day is Edward Weevil. This card has gone from 17 cents all the way to, had a high point last month of $3, and now is about $2. If you don't have these and you're thinking about playing Dofi or anything blue really, and you want to play a Warlords package, like you should grab these before they go up anymore. $2 for a rare from a set that's thirsting for value is just asking for this card to become $10. We can go ahead and look at this real quick and look at some of the other cards in this set. Oh, this is another one that I want to talk about. We'll talk about Chopper here in just a second. But we look at some of the other rares. We have Flampe at $6. Kid and Killer was $6 at one point. And, I mean, we see Weevil's the next one up to do the same exact thing. So grab your Weevils before they go to $10. And then Chopper. This card has also been going to the moon. I mean, this was as low as $5. And we can look at it all the way back to release. Release was about $5. And now they're about $10 and going fast. 13 listings. These are really, really going fast. $10. And you only have a couple listings before these become $15. So if you're wanting to play Animal Zoro with the Chopper stuff, or you're wanting to play Chopper or anything red that uses this card, you want to grab them now while they're only 10, because it's not long before they are $20. Yeah, that'll be nice. Back to Dofi stuff. We have Gecko Moria from the structure deck being $7. I mean, these have had that price tag for a little while. Just ever since I believe we got the Dofi support announced. And yeah, they've just been going up and down and up and down. And I'd say if you don't have these, unless you're dying to play this deck, don't buy these because it does get a reprint in like a month and a half. So if you're not dying to play this deck until the starter deck comes out, don't waste your money on this card. But if you're really itching to play it right now, $7 is what you're paying. And then you have these super pre-releases, which are about $10. These have actually been going down. People are just not caring for the gold stamp as much as they were at one point. And then we have the old Store Championship promotion card, which has had a, I mean, $15 for the longest, and then started spiking up and up and up, and he's about $35 for your lowest near mint, $38 for your lowest near mint. That's not bad. But the new SP, someone was able to snag one of these for $30. It looks like $30. No, somehow someone bought one for 50 cents. I don't know how that happened. That's a glitch or something. Somebody did snag two for 55, which I don't think is a bad price. This is your max rarity for this card, and it's a really good card. I mean, it's not just Dofi that plays this. You know, when I'm talking about Dofi, you can also include Boa in there or anything that wants to play a Warlords package. I know Zoro Sanji messes around with it a little bit, but let's just go ahead and try and speed up a little bit because we are pushing 15 minutes on this time already. But if you're still here right now, I do want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, and that's going to be Dueling Guard.
Huh? You still aren't using Dueling Guard? Then you aren't using the best TCG accessories on the market. Dueling Guard makes the highest quality TCG deck boxes with the most stunning artwork I've ever seen. Their modular design allows for easy access to your decks and dice. They don't just make deck boxes, they also make the highest quality binders with side-loading pages to keep your expensive cards safe and protected. They also make high-quality playmats and now even sleeves. I personally use their sleeves on all of my cards and cannot go back to another sleeve after I've been using theirs. They are grippy and slick when you need them to be, and I have no doubts that my cards are protected in them. Gear up with Dueling Guard to protect your cards in style. Don't forget to use code GUMGUMTCG to get a discount at checkout.
All right, y'all, and Dofi SP, surprisingly to me, this has held its value at $80. I guess it is an SP and it's rather recent, but I've seen this card in person, and sadly to me, the texturing just isn't there. I feel like there was just a lot more they could have done. They could have textured this couch. They could have done the water, the tree. Like, I just feel like this card could have shined more than it did, but they really let the artwork breathe, and it's super awesome artwork. Don't get me wrong, but I am a fan of the original ones. This is the ones I have a playset of, which are still about $60 for your lowest near mint. Great card, and we can see that in the price of the judge cards being about $7 a piece, as well as the regular rares from 01, which I don't believe this gets a reprint in the premium booster. I'm not sure if it gets a reprint in the structure deck. Let me know down below if it does. But yeah, I mean, $5 a copy for a rare from 01. Like, this is just that good card rare tax. I don't know what you want to call it. And then we have Boa from 07. This card has been about $35 its whole life. I mean, we can look at it here. Great card, but you can always get the dollar card. Like, this one's only $1, and there's so many listings. Like, this is a great card for blue. It's played in a lot of different decks, and I definitely think it has potential to be played for a while. I mean, it stops any character from attacking. Like, there's no cost restriction. I think that's what makes S-Snake not very good, is because it's a 6 or less, where this is any character that's not Luffy. So, and then you get to bottom deck something too, so that's not bad. And then we have Jinbei. Jinbei, he's been a little rowdy too, you know. I did call him going down to $20, but man, he spiked back up, showing me what's what. $30 lowest near mint for your Jinbeis. And then if you want the regular super, these are about $2.50, and I'd say snag these before they're any more expensive. Like, you can see they're starting to go up. We go to like the third page and they're like $3, starting to get to $4. So if you don't have these, I would grab a playset of these for $10. Then we have Law, which I wouldn't recommend grabbing an alt-art copy of this yet, because while this is a good card, I'm pretty sure this does get replaced by another card in the starter deck. So if you have these, you might want to end up moving them rather soon and just replacing them with this rare copy that's only 40 cents, which I don't see going to the moon or anything. Like I said, it does get replaced. And then we have Sengoku Searcher, which is definitely a little more for Boa, but something you could always talk about putting into Dofi, I guess. I don't know why you would want to do that, though. This is definitely more for a deck that's not Dofi. But anyway, these are only 10 bucks, but it's not long before these go up to $15. And we go to the third page and they're $27. So only 22 listings left on this guy. If you're wanting to bling out your Sengokus, definitely grab them now. And if you don't have them, they're only 20 cents. So Gravblade, this is another card I think you should watch out for. This just came out earlier this year and it's already a $1.35 card. It's not far before we get to a $2 card. And we go a couple pages, and then it's a $3 card with shipping. So be careful. If you don't have your Grav Blades, I pick them up. This is a great card. If we get a busted blue leader, this card is going in that deck 100%. Same with Red Rock, but that does get a reprint. And then we get to talk about our Big Sword Hauler Mihawk. This is the tournament pack reprint that we got for... Oops. That we got for 04, I believe. And yeah, this card was pennies for the longest, like $1 maybe, and now you're looking at $4.50, $4 for your lowest near mint. So if you have a bunch of these laying around, throw them in your trade binder, man. People are going to definitely want to pick these up off of you. And if you don't have those and you want to get some yourself, your lowest near mint on regular Mihawks from the starter deck are also $3.50. This card's just bonkers, man. It's really, really good in the deck. It's 2K, it's searchable, it's actually playable. Put on the board, draw some cards. And then we have the championship one from Nats last year at about 45 bucks. And then, of course, if you like a big wiener stamp, there you go. You can get that for 35 bucks as well. This one has been going up too. I remember pulling one of these and selling it for about 30 bucks about a year ago. So not too mad at that. But now let's talk about some black yellow Luffy cards. And one of them being this Sabo. This Sabo had that price tax on it for the longest. Dropped down a little bit, but it's still super expensive because this card was just so limited and so many stores did not actually get to hold the sealed battle for this card. There's very few of them, but this is one of the better cards I've seen in person. It looks incredible. They really like to go all out with certain promo cards. And if you can't get your hands on that one, you still want some bling and you don't want the mangas, I love this artwork. I love it when they do alt arts that have manga artwork. You can tell it's going to be the manga rare of the set, but they always just do a killer job of these. I mean, you look at ones like Ace, like this, the Rayleigh even. I pulled one of those. It looks incredible. They always do a standout job, and this one's still floating at about 55 bucks, and I don't think it's going anywhere unless this card sees a hit. So 55 bucks for those, and man, 25 bucks just for a blocker card is absolutely insane to me. Like, if you listened to me and sold these a while ago, I do want to say I'm sorry. I don't know why they didn't reprint this card. I have a feeling they're going to reprint it eventually, though. I don't know why they wouldn't have thrown it in the set when it was heavily played for the past year. But like I said, I do see them reprinting this card here soon. One other card I want to look at is Monkey D. Luffy, the Egghead Luffy, because he is going down. He was about 60 bucks the last time we looked at him. He's about 45 now for your lowest near mint. And then if you want the regular super, sorry, this is a little scuffed, gotta go searching for it. I believe he's only about 5 bucks now. He's shot quite far down. Yeah, $4, so not too bad. He's not holding like crazy or anything. But we have the new treasure rare version. There's a serial version going around now from Nats. Like, he's got a lot of prints. And then we have the Luffy leader, which actually dropped down to about 20 bucks not that long ago, and he's holding, you know. So if you want the alt art version list, I'd grab it now before it goes anywhere higher. It's a really, really nice card, but there are quite a few listings on here. And then, of course, if you want the whole starter deck and you don't have one yet, I wouldn't recommend buying one unopened. I mean, you're looking at $44 for your lowest near mint on a starter deck, when you could probably buy all the cards for way less than that. everything you would need to play all 3 of these decks. There's a handful of cards in here that you don't need for any of them, but even if you wanted those, you could include that in there too. What you're paying for when you're buying this, and that extra amount, is those sealed packs, as well as the little plastic box that you get to store your cards in. So the one other card I wanted to touch on is Ace. This card's seeing a rise, and I want to say half of it's due to Kalgara. They play this in there just as a game closer, and definitely be on the lookout for that, because this card is going up. It's a great rush option for yellow. So if you don't have aces and you are a yellow player, you might grab these even if you don't play Three Brothers stuff. And then, of course, we have the alternate art version, which is only about 20 bucks, and he's not really going anywhere. It's really the supers that are starting to go. 49 listings isn't too bad, but they're not printing more of those starter decks from what I know, so you might want to go ahead and get your hands on these. But that's going to be it for today's video, y'all. I know it was a long one. I appreciate your patience in that hiatus, and we're going to have another small hiatus, but we'll be back with some 08 content and stuff that I've been trying out. More market watches, more stuff. If you have any suggestions or anything that you want to see, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, make sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button. We'll be doing that giveaway at 3K, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.